What are the issues for the Labour Party?
Well, I think for the Labour Party, there's no doubt that for part of the coalition that gets a Labour government elected, in particular, immigration trumped everything else in this debate. I don't actually think for a lot of our supporters and voters, sovereignty was quite the overwhelming issue that immigration became. And why did it become such an overwhelming issue, in spite of all the warnings of the experts that you talk about, David? It's because a lot of people felt, well, you're saying all this about the economy, but I don't actually feel I'm getting a hell of a lot from that economy at the moment. Now, many people in the Labour Party, the overwhelming majority of the Parliamentary Labour Party, by the way, are well alive to this. And the reason that we as a party argued for us to stay in the European Union is that we didn't think the way that you deal with the issues that migration poses and all the other challenges we have, we didn't think the way you deal with that is by crashing the economy. I mean, look what has happened to the pound sterling. $1.35 to the pound, the lowest rate since 1985. Another observation is also, I mean, it would be quite interesting to see what happens to UKIP following what people think may be the result now, because what you've kind of seen, if you like, is a takeover of the Conservative Party by UKIP. I mean, you have these big figures, Boris Johnson, Michael Gove, Ian Duncan-Smith and others, who've basically been parroting many of the same lines that Nigel Farage has been running for the last few years.
But what about Jeremy Corbyn? What about the Labour Party? Why did it fail to galvanise people to vote Remain, which is what Labour Party's half-hearted policy was?
I think three things. First of all, the economy argument didn't work when there are people who don't feel they have enough of a stake in the economy.
Why use it?
Well, you're asking why. I'm just giving you the.
I mean, could Labour have done better? Is what I'm saying. Could Labour have done better?
Yes, we could have done better, and we need a more credible policy, a Labour, that's true to our Labour values on immigration. And we struggled with this. We got to a OK position going into the general election, but it didn't convince the public. And in many respects, it was an accountant's answer to a problem that isn't just economic and in the perception of our supporters, but is also a cultural issue too. And people were not clear enough about what the Labour Party's position was. We had polling evidence 2.5 to 3 weeks ago where many of our voters did not know what Labour's position was. And it'd be completely disingenuous for me to sit here and say that was not an issue and that may have compromised the Remain vote.
All right.